Good morning, fellow travelers. Just Jeremiah here, and I am in Slab City, walking down to the hot springs. I'm gonna go soak. I hurt my butt yesterday. I fell pretty hard in the skate park. It didn't hurt my tailbone to the point where it like broke, of course, but man, I should be careful. I just probably won't. So there's a place called the Storm Drain. I'm gonna go and wash up there, show what it's like. I'm kind of excited to get a nice clean feel and smell nice with soap and everything. I was talking to my brother today. He told me I looked like shit. I'm like, oh man. He's 13 years older. If he said that, I better watch it. Just kidding, bro. So everyone has been so supportive of my channel, and I'm like, I really don't feel that I truly deserve it. I'm gonna have to work harder to deserve all the support I'm being offered and I'm getting, and it just means so much. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you watching these videos and helping me build this YouTube platform, which I can use to then push my business ideas. And I have a lot of plans, but for now I'm gonna stick to this minimalist lifestyle. But I finally went through and I got a PayPal account started, and I have no expectations of anyone, having to do anything to watch these videos. These videos are free, and I hope you enjoy them. But if you did want to support this way of life, I am not wasteful at all. Like, I really don't need much to survive. Like, my only real expenses are food and weed, and I pretty much got the food covered at the handlebar, and the weed I just panhandle for it. So what it comes down to is, like, I need more gear so that I can do a better job recording. If I had like the shotgun mic, I could have a wind cover so I'm not fighting the wind constantly. That's a big struggle. If I had the little holder thing, I could hold it farther from my head and have it be more stable. I could get a gimbal. It would stop the camera vibration. My camera was stolen recently. I'll never get those photos back, but I'll need clips to attach it back to my backpack, the Peak Design caption camera clip. I want a GoPro, and I can get back to my freediving. There's a lot of things that I plan to buy, but for now I'm not able to. And if there were people that wanted to chip in on the journey and the experience, as awkward as I kind of feel about it right now, because I've never really accepted that type of help like that, I'm gonna ride it out. I might as well. So if you're willing to, anything helps, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'd love to throw a shout out to you as well. So I'm gonna include a link at the end to my PayPal. I'm also going to work on a Amazon wish list. So if anyone ever wanted to just buy one of the smaller items or any of the items to help me, that's awesome. I'm going to create a separate Amazon wish list, and that's going to be for stuff to help, like the handlebar people around Slab City. There's a real fly problem, and I mean, it is what it is. But those shotguns where you shoot like rock salt? Imagine getting like 2 of them and then having like a video where you're just going around, and imagine being in an altered state of mind and having like 1 billion flies to kill with a shotgun and a pair of sunglasses. Oh my gosh, that would make a fun video. So I'm gonna get to the point where people can donate once my needs are all covered. Like, I'm not gonna need anything more, and I'm not gonna have people just give me money and just save it up as a way to make money. That's what the monetization will be for once I get to that point. But what I would end up doing is end up having people donate towards me helping people I see on the road and meet on the road. Guys broken down on the road, stop and help them out. Or I can think of lots of opportunities. Maybe make a bunch of food, like good healthy food, for everyone at the handlebar one night. I'd love the chance to have someone that wanted to have a video about me cooking up some really tasty food, and and sharing it with everyone. That's as much as we're all here putting a good spin on it, it's been a rough year, and yeah, we're all kind of struggling. I know you're struggling. I know we all are. And that's what makes life beautiful, is because that's the contrast to the struggle creates beauty. But it's kind of nice knowing that you could be that contrast. So I'm eventually going to start working out and planning better infrastructure for those types of outlets. And yeah, I mean, some other ideas I have, I'd like to set up like maybe scavenger hunts where I hide fun things, maybe even like, some weed or whatever. I mean, Slab City's going to be more down that. I don't plan to have my channel be just about like party mentality. But imagine setting up a scavenger hunt where you got to like, I'll show you where I hide a note, like at the handlebar. And the note has, something telling you where to find the next one, which is a little map. And each little spot brings you to another one, which eventually brings you to the drop box at the end. Even maybe do it like a geocache, potentially. You leave something for the next guy and trade it off. I heard of YouTube channels where people are going to strangers' houses and saying, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. My name's Jeremiah. I'd love to come inside your house and cook you dinner with all this stuff that I bought. And you actually go inside a stranger's house and cook dinner and then make a video about the whole experience. I've got so many ideas rolling around my head. I'm still kind of like fuzzy because I just woke up. But I haven't really done that much content the past few days, and I was really hoping to get like a lot of good stuff for you right now. While on the topic of the overwhelming support I'm receiving, up in Palm Desert this past week and a half ago, while I was panhandling, I met a woman named Carrie Johnson, and she works with a nonprofit up there in Palm Desert. And her goal is to actually help set up. We had talked, and I let her know that basically the people in the slabs, that most of us are all here, like I always say, trying to work on the positive aspect of things, but that to some degree or another, everyone's struggling. And she helps with that nonprofit. She helps people here in the Palm Springs area, and she was hoping to potentially set up, maybe a smaller infrastructure or however big of people willing to donate towards and to help transport things that could help people in the slabs, specifically people that are vulnerable, like the women, the children, the elderly, the veterans, the physically and mentally disabled, people struggling through emotional issues. So my goal today, after I get cleaned up, is to network as much as possible. I'm going to wander all around, even through the heat. I'm not going to just sit there in the flies on the handlebar waiting for it to get cool at night. And I'm going to interview people. I'm going to make friends. I'm going to network. And I'm going to try to find all the main people and drop-off locations that could have the most positive influence and impact. Because at the end of the day, that's all we are, is our effect we leave on the world. And each of us has a lot stronger power than we realize, because even the smallest effects we have on the world, people notice and they emulate us. And I'm not trying to say that like, oh, whatever. I'm just saying that every day I'm going to try to be a better person than I've been the day before. And I'm definitely not going to succeed all the time. But, I mean, I just know that there's so many people right now that are willing and able to help, and there's so many people that need it, and I would love to help be a facilitator, Not that I want to have any accolades or anything, I just kind of want to get it set up. But yeah, I'm going to go to House of Dots, and she knows like everyone, so I can start talking to the people where I can get some things rolling in a positive way, and set up relations and set up something that could potentially grow even bigger and better. This wonderful woman had just been following me the past week and a half on YouTube, but now she's already researching stuff in the slabs, figuring out how she can help and what we can do together as far as who to talk to and how to strategize the best plan. And but yeah, so she saw my video yesterday talking about how I get to go see my mom. And a lot of you are new to this channel, so you don't know much about my relationship with my mom, my backstory, any of that, which I plan to go in depth into and share all of my personal stuff. But for now, I'll just say that my mother has been bedridden in a state home in Minnesota, where I had stepped aside from my travels to be by her to help rehabilitate her mental and physical health 2 years ago. She, due to her mental state, she is afraid to get back out of the chair back out of her bed after breaking her leg like 6 years ago, falling out of her wheelchair, her scooter. So basically, she's just laying in her bed, and through COVID, she's been there all by herself. And it just broke my heart not being able to be there for her. And then by the time regulations changed and I could see her, then they all caught COVID, and I was like devastated. I finished my hitchhiking journey last year and headed back to Pennsylvania. And she ended up getting over the COVID, and not a single person died in the home. A bunch of women and men, and mostly women, but like 70 to 90 years old, and none of them even coughed. Even the staff caught it, which was amazing. There were so many people praying for her. But yeah, so I couldn't see her through that, and now I could finally see her then, and then it was like -30, and it's finally starting to get warm in Minnesota, and I'm gonna go see my mom, and I get to help, basically, I'm sorry, but send her some healing energy, that love energy that we all have, that we all send and heal each other without even realizing with. Well, I'm going to go there and consciously send that, and get her outside and get her back to where she needs to be. And I can't wait. And Carrie was saying that she wants to be a part of making that happen. So she's going to pay for my flight. And I told her, if you want, just cover the flight there, and she wants to cover the whole round trip ticket for me to see my mother. And there's even a chance I might be able to go spend Easter with her. And that would be so special, because 2 years ago when I was there living in that town so I could spend my time with her, I pushed her 11 miles in her wheelchair up 600 feet in elevation. My mom's it's impolite to talk about a woman's weight, but my mom, she's morbidly obese due to her condition, and it was awesome. There's going to be regulations. I have to take a class before I go in, and I've got to only get to see her 3 hours a day, and I gotta just basically sit there in the cold otherwise, because I was in Minnesota for a year, a little longer I think, but I didn't really build that stronger relations there. I've always felt different everywhere, but as nice as the people are, you hear Minnesota nice. In Minnesota, they don't really leave much, and if you're someone from somewhere else, I'm sorry, but there's a very strong xenophobic vibe anywhere outside the cities. And if you have any type of outside idea or influence, not so much. And I really struggled, which is why I ended up having to leave, because my energy levels were just so low. I couldn't, even if I didn't talk about traveling and passions, I'm different, and you got to be the same as everyone. That's what I felt there. A lot of people see me as arrogant. I'm sure I am slightly. I'm confident, and I love teaching myself things. I've done everything for myself, except recently, this panhandling thing with you guys and the people on the streets helping me. So I guess I can't say that anymore. But yeah, I'm going to go to Minnesota, and I'm going to explore it. I'm going to be there for my mom. And a part of me knows that I might end up staying longer, because last time I went, I just couldn't leave my mom. But yeah, I'd basically been kind of drained after I haven't been there for a while, and I left to where I could go to the mountains or something cool. I moved to Denver, and that's when the lockdown hit. I just started working at the Denver airport, bartending there. Great job. I wouldn't even talk numbers. It was hard to get hit by COVID and lose both jobs, but it gave me the chance to do this. So there's beauty in suffering with integrity and learning to grow through it. Minnesota, there's waterfalls. The people are awesome. Yeah, I just didn't fit the mold, I guess. I go through so much guilt and shame. I realized, with healing, you can't give everything to somebody when you're trying to help heal them, because as the healer, you have to have a flow. You have to be able to have some to rebuild your own energies. And it was so hard for me to realize that when leaving for Denver so I could go and do that for myself. And my mom was so scared that I was going to go away and not come back, and that I was just abandoning her. And due to the mental illness, there's a lot of toxicity, and it's been really hard for my family to cope. And it's their place. I mean, she's an amazing woman, but when she's in her different altered states, she's a paranoid delusional schizophrenic. She's said and done some horrible things, and my family is awesome and I love all of them, but a lot of the burden, and it's not a burden, a lot of the joy of getting to be there for my mom is left to me, and that makes me feel really happy that I get to be there for her. But it's also a lot of pressure, and sometimes like that type of pressure can make me shut down, and even talking about it, I get so much anxiety. I just feel like I abandoned my mom, and then COVID came and she got stuck, and she got dropped back to like the mental state of she was in before. Like I had gone there to help her recover 2 years ago, and I know she understands, and we were really close. And honestly, she's not like a babbling, crazy delusional, but I mean, she is, but she's a genius. It's just she gets stuck going between the different states of mind. You might call them different personalities. I've never really experienced the full personality shift, but I mean, maybe it's just her and so her, and that it's not anything I notice. But oh my God, I am going to give that woman the longest hug I've ever given anyone in my life. Here's how my mom hugs anyone ever. So if you were to give my mom a hug, she would hug you and just hold on to you. She's got so much joy and love in her. And the moment you go to like pull away, that's when she goes, grabs you for one last embrace and lets go. But honestly, like if you just didn't pull back, she would just like die in your arms. She would just stay there and get fed and be fine. Like, oh, it's beautiful. As a kid, I always thought it was so funny and annoying. And isn't it kind of cool that all the things that like annoy you about your parents when you're young end up being the things that are like the most endearing? I just can't go. I can't wait to go and make my mom's day. I can't wait to see all the staff. I really grew close to the staff at the home while I was there, and I can't wait to see the other patients. My mom was so awesome. I only had so much time to spend with her, and she wouldn't mind that I would spread the love and the joy and the positive energy to the other patients there. Learn their names, give them hugs. I hate to say it, but this country, we do not take care of our elderly. Like, those people don't have anyone to come to visit them. Everyone's too worried about being depressed as they spend 7 hours a day on Facebook. I'm sorry, but it's kind of disgusting. I love my mom, and I was definitely a little too late on giving her the care she needs. But, I mean, was I? She's still alive. Yeah, I can't wait to go there and just be like a beacon of joy in that home. And it'll be interesting because honestly, I'm going to share it right on here. I don't want to exploit my mother, so I'll talk to her about it first. But she's so supportive of all my like decisions for my lifestyle and my artistic decisions. And that woman's just incredible. So again, I'm not trying to exploit her condition. But I mean, if you're going to be invested in me by watching all these videos, you might want to see like, yeah, there's touching moments in my life. So I'm going to have to share that giant hug with you. And I really think that would be kind of a fun thing, to share on social media. Maybe even something to make viral. Like, man sees his mom for the first time since COVID lockdown. I was so scared she was going to die. Oh my gosh. Like, probably once a day I just like break down and cry just thinking about how much my mom needs me and how hard it is knowing that my needs lie other places, and I'm always going to be like torn in two. But I've always loved the whole like sadomasochistic like self-torture thing, as long as it involves personal growth. Yeah, I can't wait to see my mom, and I might even see her within this week. I used to just surprise her and show up, and maybe I could do that. But I like having her wonder, or I like having her know that I'm coming as well. since she is in a more vulnerable state than she normally would be. I'm coming up on the hot springs now. It's actually pretty nice today. The winds aren't too bad. The winds drive me crazy. It's not too hot yet. It got up in the 90s yesterday. If I haven't mentioned, it's the 29th of March 2021. It's a Wednesday. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this soak. It'll really help my pelvis. Ooh. So yeah, if you were interested, please, yeah, I'd really appreciate your donation. It would basically just be going towards my food funds, which I try to share with people out here, and saving towards the gear I need to make this better. I mean, imagine if I had a drone to fly around. Imagine if I had more GoPro set up for time lapses, or I could think of lots of fun things. Less wind. But yeah, that's it. I could sit here and take off my clothes and show you all that fun stuff and not show the downward parts. But there's another person here. I want to give them some privacy. How about I find that storm drain and give you a short video after this, which I'll link up to as well in the end. So I just want to say thank you so much. It means so much for me to be able to pursue an alternative path and follow my dreams without abandon, and go through a couple of months of doing it without any real traction or growth, to all of a sudden get all this support and growth, and I really can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing where this goes. We could do some cool stuff together. We could help people and bring brightness. And I know that sounds funny, but that's been my plan since I started my journey 9 years ago. And I am going to go in depth into all that stuff at some point. But for now, I'm going to let you go and show you a glimpse of the hot spring. Tell you to get outside, have a great day. Find a hot spring, find a special place. Bring some people you care about, and have a fantastic day. Oops, this way, there we go. It's not that way, it's my face. Hey, well, thanks again. Take care.